Hey everyone, I'm Keychain. This is the Seaside Delight Day 2 through 5. And I'm just going to go through my upgrades for the last couple of days. And this is a voiceover, so I may not be quite up to date on exactly what I was doing at the time. We'll try our best. So it looks like first thing here is I want to do precision parts. As you get higher, some of you may not have experienced this yet, some of you will. You're going to get stuck on your airship, and you're going to get stuck behind these airship scrolls. So you want to save precision parts when you can to have it for other events. So I tend to not max this out anymore. I go close, and I might spend almost up to the limit. I just try and get it to a nice even point. And I think my goal this time was the 750K mark, even though I could have easily gone to 1 million. I just want to, have options for the next 50% event, or if they do a precision parts for a regular quest and they're giving away enough resources that I want to get in on it. Those are just the type of things I save for. If there was an airship reset, you'd be able to use the airship reset and do these quests easily, but I only ever had one of them, and I used it a long time ago to reset my airship back down to be able to do these quests. So I went to 800K, which is right about where I want to be for this one, and now we're going to go to, I believe I'm going to gemstones. Okay, so we're going to do gems, and I have lots of gemstone material this time, but I don't remember if I maxed it out or not. I guess we'll see. So it's kind of, at the time, I went to Legendary on the troop attack, and I want to see how far it got me. Also, a trick you just saw right there is you can upgrade all the gems you want, but until you equip them, your score doesn't go up. So be careful with that. You might upgrade some gemstones and keep upgrading, thinking, oh, I'm not getting any points, what's going on? And then you equip them and you blew way past your target mark. So here sitting at 3.1 million out of 4.3 million. So I kind of want to see what I need to get those next steps. So I come into this recommended tab and I look at the scores and I just kind of analyze what the difference is to go from one step to the next. So it looks like 900,000 to go from basic to precious, and about 1 million to go from precious to flawless. And that's kind of the quick math I used when I went in here to keep upgrading. So looking through these, trying to decide what I'm going to do. I think I was looking for a flawless to go to rare. I'm pretty sure that's what I was after. I don't remember exactly, but eventually I'll find it. I'll find it here in a second. Make a decision. There it is. So I went from basic to precious on an attack gemstone, and then I'm gonna go just straight to flawless. We went all the way through, and let's see where that took me. Looks like it completed one more stage of the quest, and I don't remember data loading error. You guys are probably familiar with that screen. Let's see. So 4.3. So now we need another 1 million points to get to that 6 million tier. And without writing these down ahead of time, I have to check back in. So again, I'm looking for about 1 million points. So I think I'm going to look for a precious to flawless, because that's just over 1 mil and it won't blow past the goal too much. And another attack one. Perfect. And there we have it. Now, I don't remember if I went all the way to max on this one. And at the time, unless it's easy, I tend not to go all the way to the top. So I think I skipped it. Even though I had more than enough materials, I I'm just planning for the next time it comes around, because it's a bunch of small upgrades. I don't, worry about it too much. So getting into curiosities, this was the curiosities that they triggered the system mail for, and the doctor was freaking out because when I first loaded this day, there's 4 upgrades for this single day. I was like, that's weird. It's more than normal. And then I noticed the curiosities is at 2 day. I was like, okay, well, I'm good with what I did here. 1 upgrade got me perfectly to the 7.8 million tier. So I was like, okay, well, good enough. We'll move on. And then it was later on that they sent that system mail. I also checked to see, if I would want to max it out, which one I would do. But I don't have nearly enough of those flames. I'm way short on those. So that's going to be something I have to figure out how I'm going to get what I need. Maybe I'll do it with the shooting gallery. I guess we'll try and find out. I think I need to unlock the upgraded store for the expeditions to be able to get more of those Black Sea flames, because I'm not getting enough of them daily. Here we're into the guard weapons, and it looks like I just upgraded one of my illuminated from +0 to +2, and it maxed it out. So we've got the guard weapons maxed out, and just collecting all of these beautiful seashells that are going straight into marquee badges and airship gears. But that's pretty good. Upgrading some weapons, getting a bunch of, badges for it. I'm okay with that. Eventually I'll get to that beautiful Castle 44, but it's going to be a while. So I skipped day 3 because it was just research. It was research and scrolls. All I did was, I think I used 120 scrolls, and I sped through a bunch of creation research. So it wasn't too exciting, so I skipped it. Now we're into the airship parts for, I think this is day 4 that we're on. And I upgraded one of them, or I equipped one, and then I'm going to upgrade one, I believe, and that should max it out. I'm just deciding which one I wanted to do. I tend to not do the defense stuff early. I tend to prefer troop attack, regular attack, and then health over defense. That's just personal preference. I've seen other people do the same. Defense just isn't what it should be in this game, so it's kind of a necessary but not your first upgrade kind of stat. So max that out, and now we're going to go into coat of arms. So coat of arms, let's see what we got. Mostly focused in cavalry and all troop stats with a little bit of infantry there. So we're going to upgrade some troop attack or troop stat coat of arms first, because that's my favorite stat. And I know that it takes quite a bit. It's not going to be a 1 upgrade type thing. So I upgrade a few things before I go check scores, because I know it's going to be, a few upgrades to max this one out. So I did 3, and that got me 9 reward tiers. So we're going to collect those and then look at if I should go to the next tier, and how close I am. That's the other piece. It's always like, how close are you to 1? I didn't go too far over that 500k tier, but I have so many materials that I wanted to go a little bit higher on this one. And collecting those so that I can look at the summer leisure at a glance and see if I've improved a tier or not. So I think I do another flawless to rare, and when you've got a bunch of materials and a bunch of reward tiers to go, you can kind of just go for it and then go back and fine tune after if you're going to try and maximize. So here I did 2 more upgrades, and now I'm at 8.8 million, and I need to get to 10.5 million. So now is when we would go in and check the score sheet and see where we're at and what we need. So doing some quick math in here, trying to figure out flawless to rare gives me how many points, basic to precious gives me how many points. None of them are quite perfect, and it looks like I think I needed 1.6 million, I think. I don't remember the math. I could go back and check the video, but you see there I'm low on the Pyrar ingots too. So I have to do some lower upgrades because that second tier material is holding me up. So let's see if that finished up what I was after. And it looks like we got it. So that's it for coat of arms. Now we'll transition into day 5. Here's where I screwed up, and I apologize for this. I swear I hit the record button, but after I did my upgrades, I looked and it wasn't recording. So I started recording again. I did +1 Silver Dragon Sword, +1 Silver Dragon Armor, and I did the 3rd star on my Silver Dragon Sword. So those are the 3 upgrades I did for the equipment tier. And I believe that maxed out my rewards. So it's, I mean, sorry for not doing them live. I make mistakes. And now we're going to do some troop training. I equipped the buff from 50% event. I equipped the drill drums. I waited for our kingdom buffs to be active. And I put on my training gear. I did do everything you can. What I did screw up on, I forgot to hit population surge. I always forget about population surge. So the first, I don't know how many speed ups, but I forgot about population surge. God, I don't know why I have such a hard time saying that. It's not in the video. I cut it out, but basically I realized it after a couple and I went and turned it back on. So here, if you didn't know this trick, you can preload 5k items and it'll only use one at a time. So I preload 18 and it makes it so that, you know, my next couple of trainings are already preset with that extra 5k. So then I just start speeding through and we're going to transition to after I've done a bunch and we're going to collect rewards. So getting in here, claiming rewards, and I've decided that I want to go a little bit farther, but not any more infantry. So I'm going to train for the next day for tomorrow's collection for quests. And then I'm going to transition back over to distance. I need more distance for KVK. So right now, that's what's been requested of us, is to have distance for KVK. And again, we sped through the transition just to the end to collect rewards. And I think that's where I stopped, that 130k tier. So that is it for my upgrades so far. I will do a video on the final day and kind of do a stat check. So thank you for watching. Remember, hit the like button, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Feel free to share the video, and I will see you in the next video.